Hank Lunde grew up in Barrie, graduated in engineering from Norwich University, and was with the Army Corps of Engineers in Pennsylvania building railroad bridges and tunnels when he applied for an engineering job with Killington.
This was in the late 60s when I arrived, and it was a growing company, sort of inventing skiing in a lot of respects. A lot of the things that the ski industry thinks is normal now didn't exist back then. I mean, it wasn't unusual for managers to be out parking cars, or for me personally running a backhoe or a bulldozer, even though I was maybe a vice president at the time. It got you away from the desk and you really became part of it. It still brings chills to me at times.
With the addition of the gondola, the area had over 3,000 vertical feet and would come to include some 24 lifts and 213 trails.
I can recall when we put snowmaking to the top of Killington, there were even people in the industry that felt that probably wasn't a good idea. In the ski business, as the company grew, I started getting involved in the administrative side of the company. And then surely we got involved in purchasing other ski areas.
As the CEO, Hank oversaw the growing of the business, first purchasing Sunday River, then Mount Snow, Corinthia, Haystack, Sugarloaf, Waterville Valley, and California's Bear Mountain, and then the sale of the business in 1996.
I probably learned more about the environmental movement after we sold Killington and I ended up at Stowe. The one thing that they all agree on was stop, just don't do anything. And so it was difficult to try and come to a conclusion that maybe didn't meet everybody's needs, but was the best for all concerned. Stowe was always the ski capital of the East, and I'm quite proud about what it looks like today. I spent almost 3 years meeting collectively with 27 different groups, most of which were environmentalists, helping them understand how it was so important to Lamoille County and the town of Stowe. It's continued after I left, but I think it's turned out quite special. The basic master plan is still there. Was I in a leadership position to drive it? Yes, but I've had an awful lot of good people working with me. And the one thing I don't miss is going to bed every night and worrying about the weather. I did that for 40 years. There were a lot of families that would come Christmas week, and I hate to tell you how difficult it was to go to bed knowing it was going to rain for the next 2 days. I'd have to say you have to look at ski area operations very similar to farming. Totally dependent on the weather. I'm going to get up early in the morning, I'm going to go out and do the best I can with what I've got to work with, and hopefully the dear Lord will help me a little bit. The enjoyment of the mountain hasn't changed. There's nothing better than fresh snow on the top of Mount Mansfield or Killington.